Do you ever come across those projects where you kind of feel like you're late and everyone else seems to know about it before you? Well, that's how I felt when I saw Awoke, but the truth is, we are still early. And in fact, there are a lot of people watching this and waiting. So this might be your opportunity to grab a bag and sit back and let everyone else coming after you. We're going to be talking Awoke coin. This one is very, very interesting. And like I said, there is some pretty big people keeping an eye on what's going on with this project. So as always, links in the description, smash up that like button to a brand new all-time high, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content, and let's get into it. So welcome to Awoke. Here it is, Make America Awoke again. The narrative or the meme that, look, lots of people are aware of, and it kind of feels like you are fully aware of what this meme is without really kind of knowing what it's about. And this feels very new, while at the same time has a kind of nod to the previous meme narrative. So what is it all about? Why am I so optimistic about where this project's going to go? And by the way, this is a very different price point than what we see with a lot of meme coins, which again, just adds a little bit of an edge. So the ticker, $AWOKE, pretty obvious, but join the Awoke revolution. Now, again, everything kind of feels like it's changed over the sort of the last 12 months. And I guess Awoke is at the front line of the culture war. The Awoke movement isn't just a passing trend. It's a battle cry for every based individual fed up with the woke mind virus infecting society. I'm sure you've heard of that. Born from a shared vision to uphold truth, freedom and tradition, Awoke empowers a community of chads and legends fighting back against the postmodern decay of values. Or you can kind of put it in the kind of just basic pants meme coins. Well, this one is absolutely coming in strong. So there's a lot going on with this project, a lot to unpack as well. And again, more importantly, those socials when we get to it are super, super important. So we celebrate the audacity of being original, the courage to stay true, and the wisdom to reject idiocracy together. I like that. I like it. The tokenomics, by the way, 1 million Awoke supply. Again, very different to what we normally see. You sort of see the billions or the 620 million, 0% tax, and then this is the contract address. Important to reference though, it does say Awoke at the end of it. You might not think it's a big thing. I kind of like it. I'll leave the contract address in the description though, so that you make sure you get the correct one. And that's it for the website. Super simple, super easy. They're not messing around. It's like, hey, this is our project. You either like it or you don't. And I think I kind of like that style. Now, they do have a meme maker, which again is kind of a little nod to the old school that we haven't seen, but you gotta love the fact that you as a community member can come over, get your memes and get cooking. And again, they're updating these, adding to these. You've got all the traditional memes, obviously Leonardo DiCaprio here. You got Bernie here. He's always Awoke. Do you know what I mean? So again, good news story here. Now, the website, like we said, super nice and simple. All right, we'll take a look at the chart as well. What I want to talk a little bit about, though, is the socials. Remember, always easy, click the follow button. And again, oh, I was already following them. And then make sure that that is clicked to on. That way you're going to get notifications whenever they go down. So you've got lots of stuff coming through. They're kind of making all these kind of videos, which is great, by the way, and truly makes the absolutely dialed in for the team. CoinGecko terminal request was done yesterday. And again, you just kind of get this real sort of old school feel for the meme narrative. All right, great. They're really posting. They're really kind of pushing this whole narrative. But what I want to show you, which I think is more importantly, is exactly who is following this project, because I think that's where it starts to get pretty interesting. And for a number of times, a lot of people in this space either get in early or they wait and see some of these bigger players start to talk about it. Well, I feel like all of these big players are in. Now, I'm not going to call myself a big player, by the way. I'm still at 10,000 followers, so hit that follow button. But when you sort of start to come down the list, there are some pretty big accounts that are watching this, and they are certainly getting ready to blast off. Ben Crypto there, following here. And again, if you look at here under the actual followers tab, then you can definitely start to see some very interesting ones. DeFi YouTubers in there as well. You know, you got Carl MetaX, keep an eye on this one. Ben Crypto we just talked about as well. And as you go down the list, there are people like Bull BNB following this one, which many of you will know is a pretty big account. And the more important bit here is you've even got other people that are definitely dialed into this market that are following other big meme coins. And I guess this is where you understand what's coming with this project. And I think this is why I'm pretty bullish on what's going on with Awoke, because when you've got people that are following it that, well, have some pretty big audiences on the back of it, the reality is that then absolutely are getting dialed in. And you can see there that Bull BNB, again, 456,000 followers. Again, someone I follow, as well as Apex Syndicate up as well. So definitely come over and check out exactly who is following it. Like I said, there is lots of big accounts keeping a very watchful eye on what is going on with Awoke. So what is going on with the chart? What is important to understand is where this sits. Well, here's the chart right now. And actually, you would argue this is a nice bullish chart. The nice breakout from launch, full green audit, by the way, absolutely dialed in. And then we're doing this nice bit of consolidation, which absolutely aligns to what I'm saying, that I think right now, this is about getting in. This is about where you've got people accumulating their bags, buying the dips, grabbing a little bit more when it comes in. Look at some of these buys coming in before this one, I think, is ready to push. Just under 100,000 in volume, only 4.4% of those pooled Awoke tokens in there, and sitting at a $5.2 million market cap. And again, another project that we're bringing you with nearly 10% in liquidity, which is pretty bullish as well. So if you're interested in this project, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on it. I am actually a holder of Awoke as well. So if you want to get involved with this project, definitely take a look at the links in the description. Head on over there, do your research, and see if this is the project for you. And by the way, it's on the freaking Solana chain, which we don't cover that often here. We've been covering ETH chain for quite some time. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching. If you're enjoying this kind of meme coin coverage alongside our traditional coverage, well, look, hopefully you are printing some pretty big bags. And if you are, make sure you hit that follow button, and don't forget, join our free Discord, link in the description. Right, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. See you soon.